happening, fellow fantasy GMs? I am JJ Wang. He is the bearded one, DJ Dub. And with our powers combined, we are the Fantasy Couriers.
Oh, JJ Wang, if you'd have seen us before this, I've pushed record like 4 times, everybody, and I'm learning Riverside. It's a cool little quality. I loved how our videos came out last week. We didn't have to cover up all the stuff we made, so it's been pretty gnarly as we're doing it. But how you doing this week, JJ Wang?
Doing good, other than the fact it's 900 degrees outside. I mean, it's fun.
It
Daughter,
is hot.
yeah, daughter started cross country yesterday. They had like their first like scrimmage, and I was just, of course, I mean, it starts around 9 o'clock, but by the time it started, it was already really hot, and I was just standing there just sweating. I was like, glad I'm not running.
I was mowing the other day, and I just sit in the mower. I get out, I have this mowing pad, and it's just solid water.
Yeah, it was.
No effort, just
I
puddles.
was putting in zero effort yesterday, and I was drenched.
So cool news going on. Look, I got a new T-shirt. If anybody's watching, I got a Fantasy Careers podcast. I got Sticker Mule said free. Said, well, not free. Said $14. You can make a T-shirt that's like nice. It's good quality too. It's like I'm wearing it on Fantasy Turf War. So a little housekeeping here, everybody. We did our second show. We had one of our little posts hit 1,000 hits on one of the reels they're posting
Oh
from there,
wow.
and I'm hoping to start this Riverside here gives us some free little blurbs I can send out. So I might start sending some of those on our sites. But Couriers Nation, I need a little bit of help. Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock. Pop on there. We do Q&A towards the end of our show at Fantasy Turf War, wherever you can go X, you can go Facebook, you can go YouTube, wherever you go, and you can ask a question. Susan, the Gridiron Goddess, was on there, and all of her people. There were tons of ladies on the show asking tons of questions because that's her focus. If you remember from last year, everybody was getting women into fantasy football. So I had lots of ladies on there. So I need Couriers Nation. I'm going to put it out on Facebook. Get some of you on there to ask some questions, say silly things, so that we can represent on there on Tuesday night. The other piece of housekeeping is, and we haven't done a commercial yet, but if you go to Fast Draft, download the app Fast Draft, we are partnering with them. I posted it on Facebook about a week ago. We're partnering with them, and if you go in there and you use the code Couriers, you can get your first contest matched up to, I believe it's $50 that they'll match it up to that, and you get free entries into it. It's just a draft. I did one of them. It takes like 20 minutes. There's a couple of freebies as you're learning them, and during the season, it'll give you some free DFS. Plus, it'll help out me and JJ Wang because it does help the podcast if you join with Code Couriers. We love you guys. Hook us up. Throw the brothers a bone. Okay, so enough about the housekeeping. We're up and rolling. It is draft season. Real quickly, we had texted but never talked about it. Last week we did have our Fantasy Turf Wars draft. I am not representing Fantasy Couriers. You are. I'm representing Men's Alliance, my church ministry. Mine got pushed back till 8:30. Didn't go too awful bad. You said yours. Something happened. What happened with your draft?
Well, I thought it was supposed to start at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it was.
So I jump on at 8 o'clock, and we're in round 15.
Oh, so you're the auto draft kingdom.
So I got to pick one player, and by the time
Nice.
so when I did jump on, I was able to jump on, and my pick was next. So
Wow.
I had like 30 seconds to. So I ended up picking Trey Benson. I just picked a running back. I picked Trey Benson. I was like, fine, whatever. And then that was the only person I picked. I didn't think the team was that bad. I mean, my draft recap was a D. But I mean, I thought my team was Purdy at quarterback. I got Jefferson, London, and JSN as wide receivers.
Woo! I like
I got
that.
Irving
You're
and
running with
Walker,
the suck.
Irving and Walker as my running back, and then T.J. Hawkinson as my tight end. So I feel like the top end of my
How'd you get
draft
a D?
was pretty good. I
That's
mean, I
really
guess
good.
the rest of the players were kind of whack, but I thought the top end was really good. But I mean, I was pretty satisfied being auto drafted. Uh, so yeah, I was a little upset. I mean, I was ready for it. I was actually going to be on time. I was actually probably I had my Minecraft controller in my hand, so that way I wouldn't fall asleep in the middle of the draft. I was able to set my phone right there. I was going to play some Minecraft, so I was able to stay awake. Jumped on at 8 o'clock, round 15. I was like, well, auto draft.
That's a daggone good audit. If it makes you feel any better, my co-host on Tuesday, Gridiron Goddess, same thing happened to her. She ended up having an autograph not because of time, but because Yahoo sent it to some old janky email she had before she got married. So it's like I was helping her to get in. Corey finally got her in, but yeah, mine came out. I went RB bonkers. So I had the third pick. I went Gibbs, then I went Irving, then I did something that we never do or hardly ever do. I took Lamar.
Yeah, yeah.
And on the comeback around, I got Chuba. So I'm running back strong, but then my receivers, I got Metcalf, Sutton, and then I got Diggs because nobody thinks Diggs is going to be any good this year. I got Mark Andrews at tight end and Aaron Jones, ETN, Downs. I thought there was a IR spot, so I drafted Ayuk.
Oh,
Now I'm stuck with a dead spot for a while, and I closed out with one of my boys, Braylon Allen, who I just wrote an article about this week because he might have a big year. I'm starting to grow on Braylon Allen. It's
I
a
I don't know about
intriguing
I don't
prospect.
know about big, but I think he'll be a part of the offense.
Yeah, I mean, he could be they could decide to give him all the thunder. It's gonna be interesting. I'm curious to see.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll have a decent season, and I think next year would probably be where you would have a big because I don't think they'll end up bringing Brees back next year. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I like Braylon Allen. Like I said, I just don't know if it's going to be this year because I think as long as Brees is healthy, he's going to get he's going to get carries.
And we can what I'm hoping on here is it is the Lions system defensive guy. But if he brought in the system, then they could do a Montgomery thing because I mean Montgomery and Gibbs kind of thing
Yeah,
because really they've got one receiver,
yeah.
a rookie tight end, and three running backs. I mean two running backs and a quarterback. Sorry, I forgot Justin Fields was a
Well, they do got
quarterback. But
three running backs. I mean, they
yeah,
got
they
Isaiah
do.
Davis. Isaiah Davis is. I mean,
Oh yeah.
from what I've gathered, I mean, Isaiah Davis has been kind of getting a lot of love too. Not as much as Braylon Allen, but I feel like he's been getting some love too. So
It is what Isaiah Davis probably would fit more with the Brees Hall mold, though, wouldn't he? Because
yeah, I mean,
Braylon Allen's the
you could.
big
I mean, that's what I'm
boom.
saying. Next, when like you lose Brees Hall next year, I mean, you got Isaiah Davis and Braylon Allen. So I'm not gonna say Isaiah Davis is as good as Brees Hall. Like, I mean, how good is Brees Hall really? But
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I think Braylon Allen have a decent year. I think he's definitely going to be involved. Just like I said, just don't know how much.
Yeah, so preseason games are going on as we are recording. There's some going so far. Nobody has really went down. Alexander Madison went down earlier in the week. I think it's a shoulder thing, but nobody. There hasn't been a lot of other IRs. Bub Means. I love the little Bub Means. I'm always curious for him, but he's out for the year. Madison's out for the year. That does not really affect anything as far as redraft or on our rankings. I don't even know if they were on any of our boards. So if you're looking for any of the rankings we did in the last two shows, we've Courier Nation's been coming out. They're listening and checking us out last couple weeks. So we're having a good little boom. It's football season. So if you want to, we're doing wide receivers this week. If you want to see, last week was running backs. The week before was quarterbacks. Two great shows. You can see how I screwed up my running backs. If you want to go see my updated rankings, I got them back in order. I
Hopefully, you
fixed
got
them. I
Amari
fixed
and
them and put
Hampton
them
a
on
little
there.
higher than 33.
I did, and actually, just so you know, I'm doing a Scott Fishbowl qualifier league on Underdog, and Amari Hampton was my third pick just
Yeah,
to
see,
make you
there we
happy.
go. That's where I think that's where.
After that,
Yeah.
everything in the world kept pointing to Hampton. I'm like, dude, Najee, what? There's something else wrong. They're not telling. I mean, one eye. My dad did most of his life. He got shot in the eye with a BB gun as a kid, and he was legally blind just recently, but he could barely see out of it. I don't see how he can't like turn his. He's just all Najee Harris does is get the ball and run forward. That's all he's done for the last 3 years. So
I agree, but I
something
feel
else is
like
going on.
as a running back or as a football player, as an athlete,
Yeah,
peripheral vision is
yeah. Oh, it's important.
very, very important. I mean, if you even lose a little bit of that, I mean, I don't know how you can really play football.
Uh,
Because
so
I
yeah,
mean,
there's
like, because
it's worse than they're saying.
there's more than just running the ball. There is also being a blocker for your quarterback, and if you miss that
Yeah.
guy, I mean, you're going to get your quarterback killed. So I think you need your eyes at 100% to be able to play.
So yeah, so there's nothing coming up on saying when he's gonna go. We are talking about Ayuk. We'll talk about him a little later. They say he's out to like week 6, and I guess Rasheed Rice, who we'll talk about as well, is meeting with the NFL September 30th. So we'll have him for the first month, and then God knows what's going to happen at that point. As far as what we
Yeah,
have for him, we went.
I mean, it amazes me that it's taken this long. I mean,
Well, they're allowed the appeal, and the other guys aren't taking the appeal. So he's trying to get the appeal, and I don't know if it's gonna like what didn't Zeke get his appeal? Got it pushed back farther into the next. I forget what happened with
I'm
because
sure
Zeke
that's what he's
appealed
trying to
too.
do, but I mean,
I think that's what
eventually
he's like. Hey, this team's
you're gonna have to take your games. I did notice that like the first 4 games of the season for Kansas City, kind of tough. You really would
yeah.
like Rasheed Rice. The next 4 games, kind of not tough. Might be able to scoot around them. So here goes the conspiracy theory that hey, let's look it up for the Chiefs show.
Hey, you got it's gamesmanship, just like
Yeah.
the catcher in baseball who moves his glove right back to the middle, even though the ball's over here, it still comes to the middle. That's what they're trying to do for them. So yeah, as we're going, there's other things. Jackson Dart's looking hot. A couple other guys. There's gonna be the new hotnesses coming out. People that you see in the preseason that you might never see again. But this week we're not here to talk about that. We'll get that some next week. We'll wrap up next week with tight ends, which will be a little bit shorter, and then we'll give some stuff into the show. And then in 2 weeks we'll do our annual bold predictions and Super Bowl prediction shows. And then guess what? It's football, baby. Here we go. So let's get ready. See if I can get as I'm learning Rivers. I had it working before. None of these buttons are working today. I'm going to share my screen if it lets me so that I can show
So yeah,
people that are
for everybody that
watching.
doesn't know, I kind of do the tier based rankings. Adam does the numerical rankings. The way we've been doing it the last couple of weeks is that since he's more of the professional, we've been going through criticizing my tiers, comparing them to where he has his players. Uh, I I mean I'm not gonna lie, I do mine more.
Professional.
I do mine more of a who am I a fan of, not what the numbers say. So um, that's not really how I kind of roll. I'm not gonna sit here and look at every analytical little nugget. I don't want to say I go by my eyes, but it's fantasy. You just got to look at a few numbers, pay a little bit of attention to what the team's doing, and I honestly I just do it by who I think, not kind of like who I like, not really what the numbers like.
No, I mean there is an element of that too though. Like there's some gut instinct in this because there's the common sense. Jamar Chase is going to get a gajillion balls thrown at him. Like that's just pretty much what we know that it's going to be. But there's also a gut like as we look last
Oh,
week at Saquon, we think
and
he's going to follow it.
now that I was looking at your number 7 on your tiers, did I put Tyreek Hill even on my in my tiers?
Oh, did you miss him?
I think I may have missed it because he was one of the last guys I was kind of confused on, and I'm not sure if I ever actually put him in a tier. I don't think I did.
Oh man. Oh, you're gonna have. I'm gonna have to write notes again. I'm gonna be writing notes and changing things. Like you got to put Tyreek Hill somewhere.
I'll put him somewhere. You're absolutely right.
We'll figure that out in
I'll
a
put him
bit. So
somewhere.
this week I'm gonna be adjusting your stuff that I got to post after
Yeah.
the
So
show.
as we go through, I'll decide where I want to put Tyreek Hill, and then we'll go from
Yeah, that one. That's my hot take guy, but I'm scared and it could change. Like the good news about my JJ Wang's rankings, they're there. Mine, I can I don't have to go and change these pictures. I go into my Fantasy Pros board and I can go and I can just go bloop, drag like I did last week. You can see that my rankings are different than last week, and they're fluid too as they should be. Because if
there. Oh
say
yeah.
Tyreek Hill gets traded, which is a thing I'm reading about a lot this week, the possibility of him getting traded, then I've got to do some work there to adjust
Yeah, if I
what
was
I'm gonna
doing
do.
my tiers more than once a year, mine would definitely be
Yeah.
very fluid. I would probably be changing them every week because if I were to do my tiers right now, they probably would look a little bit different than I did them, a few days ago. So it's constantly. I'm very. I don't know what the word. I'm not. I don't know what the word is, but I can change very. You can talk me out of anybody or put me on anybody very
Yeah.
easily
Oh,
with you.
and there's guys we hold on to like everybody knows that we both love JSN, and there's guys and there's other guys. Not I can tell you why I put some guys somewhere. I got in a big discussion about Drake London
Yeah, so
Tuesday night.
let's go.
And
Let's go ahead and get into it. Yeah.
okay, so let's go. I mean, the obvious top three. I mean, you're looking. I mean, I did have a guy that you don't have in your top tier above them, and Amon Ross St. Brown. I'm just saying I'm just him and the X factor between St. Brown and Jefferson for me is JJ McCarthy. Like I think I would put St. Brown, maybe even Puka in my tier one because I think those two guys are so good. But with JJ McCarthy, I mean we know Justin Jefferson is quarterback proof so far, but maybe he's not. JJ
Maybe
McCarthy
he's
could be
not.
that bad, but I don't think he's.
I mean, he was Sam Darnold proof. That's really all I need. I mean, if Sam Darnold can make you a legitimate he was wide receiver 2 last year with Sam Darnold, and
Yeah.
and I feel like that offensive system is a quarterback friendly system. And if you put a quarterback in there that's even somewhat decent, I mean, we thought Sam Darnold was about to be irrelevant in the world of fantasy football, and here we are the very next year, and he's right back on the list of being a draftable quarterback. So I mean, if we can think that about Sam Darnold, why can't we think about that? Think about JJ McCarthy like that?
But if we go back and look, you did have me rise a little. We were a little higher on Sam Darnold going into the season because he had that year with Kyle Shanahan. We're like, hey, Kyle Shanahan made Sam Darnold a quarterback, and
It's
but then he came. The Viking system's really good. So, but
the same.
to me,
It's the same system.
they're both in the top tier for me.
It's the same system. It's Sean McVay, and Kyle Shanahan. That's pretty much the same system, and that's where the Minnesota coach came from. He came from Sean McVay, so it is a quarterback friendly system. I mean, Sean McVay made Jared Goff. Jared Goff the year before Sean McVay got there was Sam Darnold. Nobody wanted any parts of Jared Goff.
You're talking about Shanahan, right?
No,
We're getting our systems all mixed. So McVay and Shanahan all came from the other Shanahan.
they
Yeah,
all
okay.
came from. They're all part of the same system. And before
Yeah,
McVay got to the Rams, Jared Goff was a laughing stock. Nobody wanted Jared Goff.
terrible.
And then he gets up with McVay in that quarterback friendly system, and now Jared Goff has been a legit quarterback ever since. So I mean, I know, yeah, you need to be a good but a good system helps a quarterback. They know how to put that quarterback in right positions. They know what to do. So I mean, that's why I think JJ McCarthy is going to be fine.
Yeah, I wasn't a JJ McCarthy, so it's probably all of that put together makes it. Well, I mean, we're splitting hairs. I would still take Justin Jefferson. I would still probably even think about, do I take Justin Jefferson over St. Browning and get out of my own head, because I just think they're
It's
so good
Justin
right up there at the
Jefferson,
top.
man. What has he done not to be the top 3 guys? I mean, there hasn't been one season where Amon Ra has been better than Justin Jefferson, has he? So where does that change?
That's what I was
So,
getting ready to pull
so
up
why
to
does
look
that
at.
why does that change this year?
So, because at some point Justin Jefferson isn't going to be the man.
Are we
At
sure?
some point, someone else.
In 5
You
years,
what?
maybe. In 5 years.
So why
I
is
mean,
Justin?
there's
So
also
would you
going
take Justin?
there's
If
also
you had
going
the
to be
one pick, who would you take?
there's also going to be a day when CeeDee Lamb ain't the man. There's also going to be a day when Jamar Chase ain't the man. Why isn't Jefferson on the same level as Jamar Chase? Just because Jamar Chase had a better year than Justin Jefferson last year, that doesn't mean Justin Jefferson doesn't deserve to be a tier 1 wide receiver when he's literally been the best wide receiver since he's come in the league. With Sam Darnold at
So
quarterback.
if you had the number one overall pick, or if you're choosing the first wide receiver off the board, you got a tier. You're in the first round. You're like, okay, they took Bijan, they took Gibbs. You're gonna take a receiver. Who's your number one?
I would take Chase just because of the offense. I mean, I
Like,
I do believe Joe Burrow is
or
better
because the
than
defense?
JJ McCarthy. I mean, that offense is better than Minnesota's offense, but the Minnesota offense is the same as it was last year, just with JJ McCarthy. And like I said, Sam Darnold was good. Why can't JJ McCarthy be good? And it's Justin Jefferson. He has done nothing to warrant not being the guy.
And I'm starting to get into my own head. Plus, Addison's out for 4 games because he got the Dewey.
Yeah, so now everything's
So
going to go to Jefferson.
now, yes, I gotta stop talking to myself in my head here. So, of course, the one you dislike the most here is number 7, and it's half the homer pick, half the that I am of the belief that for the same reason that Jamar Chase is probably he's close to being a tier by himself,
Who's Jamar
and
Chase?
Jamar Chase.
I would never put him in a tier by himself. I would always put at least Justin Jefferson with Jamar Chase. Justin Jefferson is. I mean,
Even
I wasn't.
CD, you want to put CD up there?
I I would probably
I know.
put CD in there, but there was a time with CD Lamb. It took CD Lamb a while to get there to be the guy. Like he wasn't that first season. CeeDee Lamb wasn't the guy. Justin Jefferson has been the guy since he's come into the league. There has not been a better wide receiver overall since Justin Jefferson came into the league. He's really, really good. It's just if you put Justin Jefferson
In the Bengals.
in the Bengals instead of Jamar Chase, do you think Chase would be better than Jefferson?
No, but that's what we're doing. We don't. That's
Yeah.
what I mean. That's
And
what Chase to me
but that's
is
why
by himself,
that,
only because he's in the Bengals' terrible secondary. Their defense is terrible, and now they're talking about possibly trading the lineman Hendrickson, which will make the defense even worse. So they're gonna just be in shootouts galore, which is
yeah, I agree. And that's why I would take Jamar Chase first. I'm not sitting here saying I would
yeah.
take Jamar Jefferson or Chase or Jefferson over Chase right now. I would take Chase over Jefferson. But Jefferson still belongs in that same tier with Chase because at the end of the day, I know I keep saying this, but he did it with Sam Darnold.
Who was that?
Sam Darnold.
That means JSN should be the man. So Tyreek Hill, I got him on the Jamar Chase theory that the Dolphins secondary could be worse than the Bengals. They've got a bunch of jobbers and Minka Fitzpatrick in the middle. That means they've either got to get they got a really good defensive line and linebacker core, but they can't get to the quarterback that fast for all of these terrible. They're going to get there some because they're really good, but those just for that terrible secondary, they're going to be in shootouts. And if they're in shootouts, they're either losing 42-6, or if they're part of the game, Tyreek is going to have a amazing, stellar, just killer year, which would put him up here with some of those numbers with Malik and Drake and all those guys. Now, could Tyreek totally blow this and do something stupid, which he's starting to do? And I've heard of him being traded and all sorts of crazy stuff like that. And that could change it. Tyreek gets traded somewhere good, could even get better. But I'm just looking at the shootout potential with him because I'm looking at the guys around him. Malik Neighbors is a great receiver. He could be the next Justin Jefferson, but he could also he also is going to have a similar problem in Russ Wilson, who doesn't have that high peak, and Jackson Dart, who's a rookie.
Neighbors also did it with Daniel Jones.
And Neighbors did it with Daniel Jones. Drake London, Michael Penix peppered the snot out of him. Like those last couple of games, it was like double digits, so he could be up there. But Michael Penix could be C.J. Stroud.
I'm not going to lie. I was debating whether or not putting Drake London in my tier 1 just because I think he's going to get 170 targets. If you get 100, if you're going to get 170 targets, I think you're almost top five wide receiver. I mean, you're going to be pushing CeeDee Lamb and Jefferson and Chase, for that top spot. And I was debating whether I should have done it. I should have done it, but I didn't. Just because he hasn't done it before. He's got Michael Penix, who's he's an unknown entity at this minute. But I think he's going to get a lot of targets.
170 targets. You like a 75% target share. 75% targets. That's gonna be what 120, 130. I'm gonna do the math right now without calling
130 catches, man.
Yeah, and that's guaranteed getting up there. As long as they're more than a yard a catch, But yeah, I love him, and I just hope that I think Mooney is having some injury concerns, so we'll see what comes out of that. Maybe it's Kyle Pitts. Are you ready to say Kyle Pitts again?
We'll talk about him next week.
I love some him. So as we're going down there, Marvin Harrison, you have him tier 3. I've got him at number 11. How close did you have him to being a kind of like what separates your 3 tiers here on this page is probably the better question.
Just it's just like my confidence level. I mean, if you look at the tier 3, like the only one in tier 3 that I think could possibly be a tier 2 guy is AJ Brown because he's been that guy before, right? As long as AJ Brown is on the field and playing every game, he seems to be, a top 10 wide receiver. But all these other guys, Metcalf, he's been a wide receiver too. Nico Collins, I don't know. I just don't know I don't know if I can trust the Texans offense yet. What CJ Stroud are we getting? We're getting rookie CJ Stroud? Cool. If we get last year's CJ Stroud, I don't think Nico Collins is going to be a number 1 guy. Harrison, he's got to get the ball more. I mean, Kyler Murray's got to get him the ball. If Kyler Murray is going to be that guy, then give Marvin Harrison the ball. It's clearly your best wide receiver. And Garrett Wilson got Justin Fields at quarterback. I mean, I love Justin Fields. I love Garrett Wilson, but he's not he hasn't proven he's a great thrower. So I mean, that's just kind of where that goes. I mean, I need to see. I mean, I love Marvin Harrison. It's been proven since he's come out of college. I thought he was going to be the guy last year, but it just didn't happen. I need to see Kyler Murray and this Cardinals team make it an emphasis that look, we're going to go in here and give Marvin Harrison 10, 12 targets a game because we think he can be that guy. You drafted him, the number 4 guy in the draft. Treat him like it. Give him the ball. At least attempt to give him
And
the
that's
ball.
when I was putting him in there, and I was doing I have too many screens going on that it locks up Rivers as I'm trying to do. But right, he was starting to get peppered there. He had portions of the year
Yeah.
where he got more targets. So if he can get those targets up, I think that's, and I think in year two they'll have the time. They will have had the time if they put in the work to get together to get those targets in. So for those of you that are listening, JJ Wang's tier one is Chase Lamb and Jefferson. His tier two is Brian Thomas, Amon-Ra St. Brown, London, Nate. Amber's neighbors.
Yeah.
I got to fix that one. JSN and Puka, and then tier three is AJ Brown, Metcalf, Collins, Harrison, Wilson, McConkey, and Pickens. The one thing where we both seem to agree, we haven't been about the same place, and you just talked about it, was Nico. The industry, Nico went up the freaking
I
board.
don't, yeah,
Nico,
I don't get it.
I've got him in Dynasty because I got him for cheap, a little bit of
Yeah.
nothing everywhere I
Yeah.
got him, and I've held him. I've seen him as high as like
Yep.
6, and it's the CJ Stroud. For me, it's the CJ Stroud. It's they're adding more weapons. It's the defense is really good, meaning he's not going to need to do as much. And it's the health of Nico Collins. When Nico Collins plays, dude's a baller. But health hasn't been there, and we don't bank on injuries, but we got to think about them as we're going in there, which is what held him down lower, and which is a fear, not an injury, but a time thing. As you look at, I have Rashee Rice at 16 right now, so he has been everywhere in my rankings from like 9 to 25 because you're losing 4 games. That's going to push him back to 25. I've got him sitting here at 16 right now. This would be like the banking of, hey, they're playing the system.
Yeah. Yeah. And I
Um,
think if Rasheed Rice is only going to miss 4 games, I mean, he's probably, he'll be a wide receiver too, like overall. But the games he
yeah,
plays, he'll be a wide receiver, a
one.
wide receiver one. I don't know if he can be like top 5 wide receiver, but I mean, he can be like that 7 to 12 type of guy. But I don't even know where I got right. I got him like in the 20s somewhere, just because I just don't know where he's going to play or just what he's going to miss. If I knew what he was going to miss, I would have put him.
You got him in your last year.
Yeah, so I just put him. Yeah, so I just didn't know where to put him or how much he's going to miss, and like easily be adjusted. So
If he's sitting there 9 times out of 10, I'll pick the guys around him. I've got him on a dynasty team, which does not affect this year at all. I'm holding him, knowing that I've got him to cover when, say, I got Devontae Adams, who should retire in the next 2 years. Rashee Rice will take in that spot. But this year, man, if he's there, I've had him sitting there in my queue in a couple drafts. I said, I can't do it, even though I know when he plays, he's the best receiver on that
oh
team.
yeah, yeah,
He's Patrick Mahomes' go-to guy, and being the go-to guy on a top offense in the league with one of the best quarterbacks who's had his down times, but still he's a winner. I'm not gonna if I had to pick a quarterback to start a team as a leader and a quarterback, Patrick Mahomes would be. He might be the guy I pick because he's gonna go down the way he's played, and the way he's succeeded and won in the Brady realm if this continues. If he drops off now, he won't. But I would. But yeah, if he decided Rashee Rice is my guy, as long as he doesn't tackle him anymore, they're going to be in a great kind of a realm there. The only other guy that will be Garrett Wilson and McConkey, I'll hit here as I go into my next one. They're like at the top of my 18 and 19, so we're off a little bit. Garrett Wilson is he one that we're not as quarterback proof? He's the talent. He's a disgusting, amazing receiver, but are the Jets the only team that won't quarterback proof a player because they're just such a train wreck?
I mean, it's hard to be quarterback proof when your quarterback isn't a great thrower. I mean, Justin Fields just, I mean, he's just hasn't proven that he's a great passer. I mean, no matter how great of a wide receiver you are, I mean, if you don't have he's a great like athlete, he can run the ball, but if he's not a great passer, like like with Sam Darnold, at least Sam Darnold is a better passer than Justin Fields. So I mean, that's why people like Justin Jefferson, or can continue to be good. Like just I just don't have full confidence in Justin Fields, no matter how much I like him. I mean, I got to be, cognizant of that. So I don't know if he could be improved, but I mean, like the talent. I mean, he was a top 12 wide receiver last year.
Hey, on a fun note, do you like that I put Jerry Judy in there for you?
Sorry.
Jerry Judy's his picture in there, and I put my boy Sutton. So we have the 2 years ago Broncos receiving core, and the guy who became good after he left the Broncos, and the guy that just got paid. So we know that you loathe and despise the Miami Dolphins. I got Waddle here at 20, going with the Tyreek Hill theory. If Tyreek Hill gets traded, and I'm seeing some of that. Waddle showed the year before, like, because he had 1,000 yards every year, but last year, in that first year, he said he had at that time the rookie record for receptions. If I got him at 20, you got him right now in your tier 6. How high would you move him if in the next 2 weeks Tyreek Hill gets traded?
Tier 5.
Tier.
I mean, I'm not a fan of Jalen Waddle. I mean, I can't help it. I mean, he's last 2 seasons have not been
Just
good.
last season, 2 seasons. 2 seasons went down, but he's still
Yeah, I
had
mean,
1,000 yards.
two seasons in a row he's been not good. I'm not putting my faith in that. I need to see something good out of you, man, before I can put you back up. I'm not going to put you in the same class with these guys when you haven't been good in 3 years.
But the X factor was Tyreek Hill. That's what, if you look,
There's a
that's
lot
when
of
he went
teams
down the tubes.
with one awesome wide receiver and the other wide receiver is good. Waddle hasn't been good.
But they didn't have Tua. Okay, so where do you put Hill?
No, Tua's great, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
if
it's
he's
awesome.
playing.
I mean, if he's good, if he can get Tyreek Hill the ball that much and they pass so much, Waddle should be decent. He's been irrelevant he's been almost not playable the last 2 years. And then all of a
So,
sudden you're going to put faith in him to be playable? I can see it, bro.
I mean, if Tua was Bo Nix, we might say this, but Tua's not Bo Nix. So once he's getting close. He's right below. But
where would I put Waddle? Or I mean,
no,
where would I put
what
Tyreek
tier do
Hill
you put
right
Hill
now?
in for me to update it?
I mean, I'd probably put Tyreek Hill in tier 4 right now. I mean, I've got
Okay, cool.
pretty much zero confidence in Tyreek Hill. I don't even know if he wants to be there. Is he going to be? Is he committed to playing football? Is he just trying to keep his name in the game? I mean, yeah, all the talent in the world, sure, still fast, but I don't
He's
want
also
I
30.
don't want that headache on my team. I know it's only fantasy, but I just don't want that headache on the team.
Problem is, I got that headache on some teams, and I'm trying to move on, and just can't.
Like I just got zero.
Roma Dunze, is he the best receiver in Chicago?
I
It
mean,
looks like we both think that.
I mean,
I got him two. I got him 2 places apart, but
I think so. I mean, I think Doomsday is going to be good. I feel like I don't want to say I haven't heard a lot of people that like a Doomsday this year. I feel like everybody's kind of down on him. I still believe Caleb Williams is going to be a good quarterback. So if Caleb Williams is a good quarterback, I think that offense is going to be able to support multiple wide receivers, and I believe Roma Doomsday is going to be the guy. I mean, they drafted him. I know this coach didn't draft him eighth, but he's still a very, very high draft pick. And at some point, you've got to see what you got if you invested that much into him. He got plenty of targets last year. It's just the offense just wasn't good. And new offensive coach, one of the better offensive minds in the game. Um, so I think Caleb Williams is going to be fine. I think Roma Dunze is going to take that step.
Roma Dunze, it's funny. There was a stat I was trying to pull it in. I realized I found out it was Rome from when I was writing. Roma Dunze only had a 50-ish, 50% catch rate.
Yeah.
So if you take that to 75%, give him the Keenan Allen targets. Dude is crushing it. Something funny, like I've moved DJ Moore up a smidge. If you know me, I've never liked DJ Moore.
Yeah.
DJ Moore is like the Aaron Jones of receivers for me. He has good years, and I'm just doing without him. But DJ Moore is getting some rushing they're trying to Debo DJ Moore this year. He's getting some stuff out of the backfield, and Ben Johnson could be my new Sean Payton. I don't know if he makes this. If he makes the Bears have a good offense for really the first time as a whole unit, and God knows ever maybe. The '85 Bears was defense. I mean, they had. I mean, you got Cutler who was slinging the Brock, but that's probably about it. But in the history of the Bears, they've been a defensive team and a grinder. So if Ben Johnson can make them an all around offense, he might be up there with Sean Payton in my favorite. But yeah, I got DJ Moore only 2 back, so it's an intriguing little thing. Terry McLaurin, we got him tier 4. We got him about the same spot. Is he going to be a guy who his head is so far out of the game or he misses all this time that it's week 2 and the hammy pops up? That's always my fear. That those guys that sit in or don't do diddly squat during these weeks for the money, it's hammy season. Are you worried about Terry? Do you think if he gets the contract, he gets to camp, we're going to have to move him up?
I'm not. I don't know. I mean, I'm not worried about Terry. I think Terry McLaurin is going to be the guy that Terry McLaurin has been his whole season. I mean, he had his career year last year. I don't think the Washington offense is going to be as efficient as they were last year. I think that's going to come back a little bit. I don't see McLaurin getting the 13 touchdowns. If McLaurin doesn't get the 13 touchdowns, he's just going to be the mid-range wide receiver 2 that he's been his whole career, which is fine. He's been a reliable wide receiver 2 his whole career. He had one good year out of what 6 or 7. I'm going to. I know they got Jaden Daniels. That's a difference maker. And, on your offense, you got a quarterback that's legitimate. He can make everybody around him better. I understand that, and it could possibly happen again. But his yardage numbers were the same. But it's just he just got 13 touchdowns. So if he can continue getting 13 touchdowns, sure. But we all know touchdowns fluctuate crazily. I mean, he could have 6 touchdowns this year because the offense just isn't as efficient. So I think McLaurin is going to be a mid-tier wide receiver 2 like he's been his whole career.
And that's I got him at 24, which is basically the last wide receiver 2 as we're going in there. I did realize one guy that I want to move is my boy Calvin Ridley. I've got him too low, and I've kept moving him, but I just, from what I'm seeing and hearing, that Cam Ward is just going to throw the ball to Calvin Ridley, and that's about it. So he's got a lot of targets. Like I'm gonna move him up to right there with Cortland Sutton and my number 25, who you don't even have on any of these
Oh,
pages. That I am in. You got me in love with Drake May. So if I'm in love with Drake May's got to throw to somebody. And Stephon Diggs, they're slowly integrating him back in. But when he has been in there, they're saying he looks like he's completely healed of the injury from last year, and he's ready to go, and he's just as fast. So he's a veteran. May would be stupid not to third him. So Stephon Diggs as the first wide receiver 3 on my rankings list. Do you think he needs to be a guy that you got to throw into your list, or do you think I'm insane for being in love with Stephon Diggs? I've been grabbing him a lot
I
recently.
don't think you're insane. Like I said, I mean, I love Drake May. He's probably my favorite player this year. So I mean, if I'm that big of a fan for Drake May, you got to think I would like one of his wide receivers. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I could probably put um Sutton or Stephon Diggs in my tier 6, maybe even move him up to my tier 5. I mean, it's very possible. Like I said, if I were to do these tiers again tomorrow, I mean, I could
Well,
probably.
I got to update him for some spelling. Where do you want him? 5 or 6? I'll put him in
I
there.
mean, I'd put him in tier 6 right now. Um, but like I said, I mean, talk to me again. I don't know. I'm not a big Stephon Diggs fan. I just don't know what I'm going to get. Like, would I have rather have him than Jacoby Myers? I mean, I guess it's very possible. I mean, I don't. I mean, you could probably put Stephon Diggs in, at the bottom of tier 5 and tier. I mean, tier 5. I was really close to putting tier 5 and tier 6 just all one big tier. There was just so many of them.
I can't do that on my pictures. Thank you.
I just thought I would
It's
just.
really a hassle enough.
Yeah, I just thought I'd split him up. But I'd rather have Stephon Diggs than say Ricky Pearsall. Probably. Probably rather have him more than Jawan Jennings. Might even rather have him more than Debo Samuel because I'm not really sure how Samuel is going to play. So yeah, I mean, I'd put him in tier 6 if I probably had to redo it.
We're going to get crushed because I think we need to be higher. And I even moved him up for this as I was doing this updated. Ricky Pearsall. If we like your boy Purdy, Brock Purdy, George Kittle's going to be good. But there's no receivers other than him. Jennings is hurt and holding in or out. We got our boy Ayuk isn't playing till week 6. They got to throw to someone, or else Brock Purdy's going to have 70 yards, or George Kittle's going to have 6 billion yards, and McCaffrey's going to have 7 billion yards, and that's going to be it. Are we too low on Pearsall? You got him in the tier 6, and you even wrote him last. Like, you could have wrote him first. You didn't put him in ABC order. I've got him at 34. Are we missing the boat here?
Maybe. I mean, we could be. I put him on the list. I mean, I could have not even have put him on the list. So the fact that he's on the list, I mean, I think there's still a possibility that he could be, really, really good. I'm not saying there's not. Like I said, I love Kyle Shanahan. I love that offense. They don't have a lot of weapons on the outside receiver, at the receiver spot. So yeah, I mean, I'd probably rather have Pearsall than Jennings at the moment. If I were to redo it again, I might put Pearsall in my tier 5. So yeah, I mean, we might be missing the boat on a lot of people like him, but yeah, I don't know. I just kind of want to see something. And I got Xavier Worthy in my tier 5. I mean, there were some big moments for Xavier Worthy. I mean, he has that big play potential. Just like Jameson Williams. I mean, they've got big play potential. So I mean, I guess Pearsall's just kind of boring at the moment. I guess there's just not really a lot of talk.
Boring. The dude got shot last year. That dude's not boring.
Oh yeah, I mean, kudos to him for coming back from being shot. But I mean, it's just not fancy at the moment for me. I mean, it can very easily change. I mean, I'm not saying it's not. I mean,
So
I got nothing against
3 guys here. 3 guys. One, Golden. He's your only Packer. I don't have a single Packer on. I think they're a bunch of 2s, and I'm not a big fan of Golden. But I also have Pickens at 31. You have Golden as your tier 6. I have Pickens at 31 and Downs at 32. I'm on my Downs train, hype train keeps going up and down in my head. But I just think the Cowboys are going to throw the crap out of the ball. So I don't see how Pickens is not that high. What has you thinking?
I mean, I got Pickens as a tier 3 wide receiver. I mean,
Oh, is he tier? Did I miss that one?
yeah, I mean, I've got Pickens up there.
Okay, then I'm lower on him.
Yeah.
Good. Then I mean, because I could go higher. You could talk me up some of these rank. Like I could see Pickens having a better year than Higgins, as could you. And so he's that guy that I'm trying to.
I think Cowboys are going to throw the ball a lot. I mean, if Dak Prescott's back, I mean, they're just going to throw the rock. I mean, and you can't. It's not like you can double him because you got CeeDee Lamb. So I mean, it's just going to open things up all over the field. And Pickens likes to go deep, and he's a good deep ball receiver. I mean, he's going to get touchdowns. He's going to get yards. I mean, if you got 1,000 yards, if you got a Terry McLaurin type season where you get 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns, I mean that's you're going to be knocking on the door of being a wide receiver. You're not going to be quite a wide receiver, but you're going to be knocking on the door with just that baseline of numbers. And I think this offense is going to throw the ball a lot.
Oh, sweet. So yeah. So as we clear it out, if you want to see, man, my computer is not being nice today. If you want to see our rankings, they will be on fantasycouriers.com. I posted them on there, and I've been a lazy bum. I haven't been putting them on our Facebook, so I will get to that. But I would encourage you to go to fantasycouriers.com to check out all of that. And as I am sitting here fighting, I got screens popping up everywhere on my computer. So those are our receivers. You can check them out. Check us out on YouTube. So join Fast Draft. Use the code Couriers. Get us in there. Come support me on Tuesday nights. Pop in some questions. You can ask something ridiculous. You can tell me that I'm a fool for thinking Tyreek Hill is going to be good this year, or JJ Wang knows nothing because he thinks George Pickens will get his head out of his butt. I mean, that's always been our thing. Is George Pickens will get his head out of his butt? If he does, I'm totally with you.
Well, I mean, if Tyreek Hill gets his head out of his, I mean, I think Tyreek Hill head is farther up his butt than Pickens. I mean, Tyreek Hill's head so far up his butt. I mean, it's coming out of his neck. So I mean,
we've had 10 years of his head up his butt.
Yeah,
we've only had a couple years of Hill. So give Pickett some years. Like my boat, it could be close, and I might save it or I might not. But Tyreek Hill being the wide receiver 1 is a possibility.
I think there's zero chance.
So that's bold prediction.
Absolutely zero chance of that.
So As we're getting ready, 2 weeks of bowl predictions, we'll have some fun time going on. But as you're going through your drafts, feel free to send us any questions. But JJ Wang, give us some wisdom as
Yeah,
we get out of
I've
here.
said this multiple times when playing fantasy football. Get people on your team that you want to root for. I know the numbers are great. Following the numbers are great. That's fantastic. But if you've got guys on your teams you really don't like and you really don't want to root for, fantasy football is not as fun. Like, I will not probably draft Tyreek Hill at all because I don't want to root for Tyreek Hill. I mean, that's just how, I want guys that I want to root for. Um, I'll even root for a commander these days. Back in the day, I wouldn't even have a commander on my team. But I mean, if I like you, I want a team full of players that I want to root for. It makes fantasy so much more fun instead of picking a guy because of the numbers like Tyreek Hill and then he ends up sucking and then you're just kicking yourself that you've got to root for Tyreek Hill because he's on your team. So remember, fantasy football is fun and get guys you want. I mean, yeah, are there times where you're gonna maybe a value might be taking Tyreek Hill? Sure, absolutely. But if you want to have fun, don't draft people you don't want to root for. So as always, trust yourself and trust the process.